Oh, yeah. Sunday, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, depending on where the hell you're at. If you're in Texas, it's 7. But in real world, East Coast, 8 o'clock. Oh, my God. What a week. What a week. You can never sit back and tell me. This show and Lund Racing doesn't have influence. I understand that a lot of people went out there, the fans, the followers, everybody hit up all their favorite YouTubers and said, let's get after it. Some guy was calling, Cletus a pussy during an IM. I'm like, don't do that. But luckily, we have now gotten a movement going that is more than anyone else has ever done before. Now, truth be told, let's get everything out in the clear and in the open. The RPM Act isn't new. The RPM Act is very recent. Very recent, okay? I'm sorry, the RPM Act is 2015. But very recently have we had a absolute push to actually get after it, which makes me wonder who was in charge of pushing the RPM Act back in 2015 when it was first introduced by the North Carolina rep. I know SEMA put out a video. They got a whopping 400 views. 400 views, SEMA. I mean, is Lund Racing, this channel, and YouTubers way more influential right now than SEMA is? Not just yes, but fuck yes. It's not even close. And then what I love the most is that it caught like wildfire. So the first person I saw say something about it, big YouTuber, was Cletus. Shout out to Cletus. Good for you, brother. Good on you to get out there and get the word out. And I understand it's not easy. You have an empire to protect. You don't want people fucking with your money. You don't want people fucking with your Freedom Factory, all your cars, your success, which is very earned. You don't want people fucking with that. So to actually put your platform out there and say, hey, this is going down. We have to save our race cars, support, write your congressman and senator, and get the word out that the RPM Act has to pass. Now, understand, that's a nice start. Then people like It's Just a Six, Gavin, Adam LZ, Reaper. Oh my, did you guys see Reaper's video? Dude, go on Facebook, go on Reaper. You know the guy from Street Outlaws, the big dude that's been in prison. He's been through this shit, so he says whatever the fuck he wants. He has over 300,000 views on his 12 or 13 minute video on Facebook where he just went all in, balls deep on everything that's happening right now. It was a very good, passionate video, and I really appreciated that. Boosted GT from Street Outlaw fame also put up a little blurb on his thing. I actually started making a push every day this week. I was calling somebody out. Let's go. Let's get after it. Let's do it. And you know what? Out of all this, I'm really happy that it's happening, and I don't care to take credit. I just want to keep pushing it. Don't take your foot off the pedal. Keep going. Because guess what? Even after the RPM Act, if it gets put into law as a standalone bill or as part of like the whatever package, it's not over there. We need like famous people like Jay Leno. Guys, do you guys have Jay Leno's email? Hit him up. How about the Tim the Tool Man? What was his name? The Tim the Tool Man dude. What was his name? What was his name? Something Allen, I think. I forget. I'm terrible. Hit him up. Because we need people of influence to do what? Lobby for us. Why? To pay lawyers. Why? So that anytime the EPA thinks they can make an example out of the little guy, they get sued. That's what needs to happen. We need to absolutely make an effort to have a lobbying effort. That means we have to collect a ton of dough, centrally focused, to pay attorneys so that any time an overreaching branch of government tries to go after the dumbest things like making your car a race car illegal, because guess what? That's the first domino to fall. If they say we're going to make this law that a car that came with a VIN cannot be altered to become a race only vehicle, then what does that mean? That means parts manufacturers go bye-bye. Header companies go bye-bye. Injector companies go bye-bye. Cold air companies go bye-bye. Because if you take away the ability to tune that product, then the product goes away. The product becomes null and void. David Van Voris and I think his brother put out a couple of great videos explaining in detail what happens if you take tuning away. Tuning is the first one. If you take tuning away, you take parts away. If you take parts away, you take racing away. So what's going to happen if manufacturers are literally scared to manufacture parts because some agency decided one day, for the hell of it, well, it's illegal now. Oh, okay, we're not going to go after manufacturers, then we'll go after the tuners. Because, they're using software, they use the term defeat devices, they use all this terminology to scare the shit out of people. And what do? They set fines that have no real, like the metrics of the fines are weird, right? So, and also Corey, I forgot Corey, the diesel guy, Corey Willis, that guy's been fighting this for a very long time. So he has been on it from the get-go, and I'm not the first guy to mention this. But in the recent month or two, that's when the EPA has ramped up hardcore their enforcement of that law. So we need lobbying effort. We need people like Jay Leno involved, because that guy got a bazillion cars. I'm sure most of them have VIN numbers, and they're in California, and they're driving on the street. And if any of them have a tune or an aftermarket part, I'm telling you, brother, they're going to come after everything. So we need money, lobbying efforts, lobbying power. We need people to get after it. I saw Vaughn Gittin say something. I'm very happy that Vaughn Gittin said something, at least put up a blurb that said, hey, sign the RPM Act. Because if at least they stop that right there, meaning if they make it legal to do whatever the hell you want with your car, then that sets the precedent that you cannot take tuning away. Aftermarket companies can make aftermarket parts. Injector companies can make a bunch of different injectors. You can't stop the aftermarket. But that has to go through. And then after that goes through, we need a constant watch on the EPA, because guess what? They work for us. What they do is tax you, or what do? They cite you. Some guy said it the other day on one of my videos. He goes, citation without representation. What he means is they're going to go after the little guy and scare him to death and say, you're going to pay $1 million in fines. And that guy can't pay $1 million in fines. So he's going to have to claim bankruptcy. He's going to have to just shut down, and they work their way down the line. Well, it has to stop at the little guy. The little guy is probably the guy that has the most at stake and probably doing the least amount of damage, but they go after the little guy in order to prevent anyone else from modifying their vehicle. Understand this. Ford should be talking about this, and I don't know why. Chevy should be talking about this. I don't know why. Dodge should be talking about this. I don't know why. I understand those companies are going to go electric eventually, but guess what? Between now and the time that you bring us electric cars, you're going to have to sell some hot rods with V8s. And why would I buy a Mustang if I can't modify it? Ford, why would I buy a Mustang if I can't modify it? Why would I buy a 2021 F-150 if I can't tune it? Why would I buy anything from anybody if I can't give it my little spice, put my little sauce on it? If I can't make it my own, why in the fuck would I buy a V8, a brand new V8? I wouldn't. I'd go backwards. I would go backwards and just get old junk. People are understanding that now. Finally, people are understanding that if you take this away from us, you take racing away from us, because the little guy cannot become a big boy racer. How many of you guys do you know Stevie Fast, right? That guy was a grudge racer. Then he worked his way up, and he's now an NHRA Pro Mod driver. I think he's still into NHRA Pro Mod, and he's been doing grassroots stuff all the time. RVW. He's a bad dude. And I'm sure one of his cars at one point had a VIN number. And if it was illegal to make a race car, would he have the ability to make it all the way to the top, to the NHRA? No. So they're taking everything away. Racing, the ability to start racing. What if you want to just be a sportsman, just a bracket racing bro, and just bracket race in the NHRA series all over the place? Pro stock guys, let's say you want to work your way up to that. If they don't let you become a racer and do whatever you want with your vehicle, racing is over. So again, Ford, I don't know why you're not saying nothing. And I don't know why you're not using your lobbying power to go up against that particular law. You don't have to go up against the whole EPA. You can go up against that particular law that does not allow us to make our race cars whatever we want. Real simple. So The other thing that happened this week is, I don't even know what to call them. The collaborator, the guys that are saying, well, you shouldn't have fucked around and found out. Oh, okay. Great constructive criticism. Great job of actually making efforts to join this fight. And they go, well, I've been here since 2015. Then how come nobody heard of you? How come nobody heard of anyone fighting this whole fucking time until recently this movement got some traction? How come nobody heard about it? Did you guys just say it in some offhanded comment? You didn't put all the weight behind. If you have a business and you were talking about the RPM Act back in 2015, where are you? How come you didn't really shout it from the rooftops? Put out ads, put out, a bunch of social media blasts, work with social media influencers to let the people know what's happening. It took people like me being affected directly, and lo and behold, I'm a nobody, right? I'm a nobody. But I'm willing to put everything I got going on to make sure this does not become a thing and the RPM Act goes through. Are you willing to do that? Because if your business is reliant on people with VINed cars to become race cars or modify them to become fast street cars, and you didn't really put every single cent you have behind this effort, you shot yourself in the foot. And then the guys are out there criticizing this recent effort. Guys, yes, there's guys out there criticizing this recent effort as if it's, you guys are just talking, who cares? Oh my God, you're not going to win this one. That's fine. That's fine. Sit the fuck back. And if we succeed in having the RPM Act passed, don't be going, oh, I love going racing on the weekends. Sell your race car. Because you said the resistance was futile. You said the effort wasn't worth it. You said we can't win. And if we win, sell your race car. If you're out there talking shit on this movement, please, please, please don't be a hypocrite, because I'm going to call you out. And I got a nice little list of motherfuckers that are talking all this shit. And then if things go south, I'm going in. And if we win and have the RPM Act pass, I'm still going in. By the way, you have to sell your race car. You have to sell your race car, and you have to sell your race car because you weren't in on this fucking movement. If you do this for a living and as a hobby and are passionate about it and do nothing but race your whole fucking life, and you don't put everything behind the effort to have at least the RPM Act pass, you're just wasting your fucking time. Why even get into racing? Just get into something else. Now, again, the lobby effort has to be there. After the RPM Act, I'm sure it hopefully gets introduced and gets passed, hopefully. I'm going to celebrate that date, but the effort isn't over there. We have to get money, lawyers, effort to get involved so that next time the EPA even fucking thinks about going in on anybody, these lawyers are up their ass. That's what needs to happen. And it is. The movement needs money. Plain and simple. It's a lobby effort. I understand that you can only do so much with social media posts. You can only do so much with some Facebook videos. You can only do so much with certain things. That's why we got to get after the really big and powerful people like a Jay Leno, people like a Tim Allen. That's his name, Tim Allen. And anyone else that is a car guy, hardcore car guy that has some influence behind him, legit influence. We got to email him, blast him, and say, you got to be in on this shit because you share the same passion we do. And if you don't, we'll be driving Teslas. Don't get me wrong. Some of those Teslas are going to be pretty badass, but I'd rather have the option of letting anybody build whatever the hell they want, whenever the hell they want, and they want to go to the local drag strip, fix up their car, and do their thing. So that's what happened this last week. A huge push happened. Steve Gels, by the way, shout out to Steve Gels, who's one of the main drivers of all of this in the background, just organizing everything, making pamphlets, organizing everything on one little website. That guy has been on it from the get, and he doesn't ask for, oh, look at me, I'm the guy, I've been talking about this forever. He just says, share this, share this, share this. So yeah, take a look at Reaper's video. It's funny as hell. Gavin, it's just a 6, put out a video. The Van Voruses put out videos. I'm hoping Cletus comes out with a video if he didn't already. And I don't know who else. Maybe some guys have IG posts, whatever, but everyone has to go there, call their congressman, senator, write letters, sign up for the RPM Act. I do it so many times, as much as I can, and I get just the robo emails back until finally, hopefully somebody listens and goes, we got to take this serious. And then we have to work on the lobbying effort, which I have no idea what to do. But I'm going to try my best to get it done. I'm going to try my best to push that forward because we all know how the world operates. Money, 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 money. You need a lawyer, a big ballsy lawyer that's willing to get paid to fight for us, and he's going to be on retainer forever. We'll make the dude, this is your retirement, bro. This is your retirement. We need a lawyer that understands, not just sort of knows what we're doing, that understands what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the grassroots tuners, tuning devices, and then that will just cause a domino effect across the whole industry. Injector companies have to be on it, because without tuning, no injector changes will matter. Cold air companies, why aren't you on it? Because without tuning, your cold airs are gone. Anything that has to be tuned ever, parts wise, they have to speak up also, because without tuning, all that stuff goes away. So there goes that on the recent EPA efforts. Talk about a different kind of stress. A different kind of stress that I've experienced because of this. Not because I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Look, I understand that after all of this, after all this effort, after everything we're doing, that it can just all go to shit. And we just all have to find new hobbies, and it'll take some time for it to whittle itself down. There'll be an underground market. There'll be just a bunch of crazy shit going on that is a cause and effect because of the EPA doing something that I truly don't think they understand. I truly don't think they actually understand what they're doing. I think the person from the top down thinks they know what they're doing. So then they hire a collaborator, someone from the market, to say, hey, tell us about this. And whoever you are, if you're out there collaborating with homeboy, maybe they're holding something against you. Maybe they'll say, hey, it's either this or jail. I understand, but fuck you. Because you're probably steering them in the wrong direction, or you're basically trying to rat out everyone that's just trying to earn a living without knowing that this is egregiously, terribly awful for the planet. Do you know how much racing accounts for any kind of pollution? I guarantee if it was an actual scientific study, it'd be not even measurable. I think wind from China's factories blowing over here cause more pollution for the U.S. emissions than racing. It's unbelievable. So I'll talk a little bit about that. Get your questions. I'll talk about Texas 2K prep for the blue GT500. Now I'm going to go to Texas 2K with the blue GT500. If you're out there and you support everything about this movement, get your ass to Baytown, Texas. Get your ass down there. Buy tickets. Support the products that are there. Support every vendor that's going to be there. Because every single person that shows up at Texas 2K is going to be affected if they allow, or if we allow the EPA to do what they're doing. Every single person you'll see, every single vendor you'll talk to, every single person that you will be there, that you'll see there, is going to be affected by this one way or another. Whether it's now or later. Who the hell knows? So yeah, it could be the last. Who the hell knows? I don't think so. It's just going to be a Tesla. Instead of Texas 2K, it's going to be Tesla 2K. Because all you'll be able to have is Teslas racing. Could you imagine Texas 2K? And then, you know how those guys love Supras for no fucking reason? They just love Supras. They see a Supra, they go, oh! There could be a 5-second Fox body. And they'll go, oh, 5-second Fox body. And then a 14.5-second Supra shows up. The guys in the booth are like, whoa! So imagine Texas 2K organizers. Imagine Texas 2K with no Supras. Tesla 2K. That's what it'll be called. So yeah, who has the most battery? Tesla 2K. There'll be just windmills. Windmills everywhere. I mean, nuclear power plant's gonna have to get built next to Baytown just for that week to power all the Teslas, the plaid Teslas racing, and every single thing. You won't hear no noise. You won't hear anything. It'll just be next. Next. It won't be fun. It'll be whack as fuck. So we'll get to your questions real quick, and I'll talk a little bit about the GT500, the prep time, things that have to happen. I did get a comment on one of my videos that was actually pretty funny, and let me read it to you guys, and hopefully I can give you guys a little bit of a rundown of someone who supposedly worked for the EPA as a contractor. And this is what he said. He said the following: I've seen firsthand, having been a contractor for the EPA, their modus operandi is going after low-hanging fruit. They actively target those they know or believe don't have the monetary ability to get into a courtroom with them. It's an effort to get paid fines for funding. It's citation without representation. Gentleman by the name of Nick Freeman on my channel put that up. I've witnessed it. The only way to get even in the fight is to form organizations that fund lobbyists and lawyers. which create their own issues in getting good representation. EPA has always been an entity that is constantly trying to legitimize their existence through enforcement to make an argument for more funding. Given the purpose of their establishment, they have become something else that is just another avenue to ball up good people, the common man who has no recourse. We are the common man. We're under attack by the EPA because we want to gap fools. Because we want to race our cars at the drag strip. We're not out there flooding shit in rivers, but just dumping chemicals. We're not out there doing any of that stuff. What we're doing is some backyard, just tinkering with the car, supporting local businesses, supporting the local dyno, the injector company, the E85 fuel station. We support a huge economy. Supposedly it's up to the $50 billion range last time I checked. So I can't imagine if EPA is willing to shut down a close to $50 billion industry, because the moment you start cutting tuning off, it's just a domino effect and parts will be gone. Then we'll be back to racing, like I said, big block blown Chevelles with carburetors on top, and that pollutes way more than an E85 Coyote Mustang twin turbo. So let's get to your questions, paid chats. This is going to be a paid chat because I'm not going to be here Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'm gonna take off right after work at Tuesday. Bam, take off the Texas 2K. Me and Frank Perdomo are gonna be there, get set up, and get teched in real early so that we get qualifying passes, we get test and tune passes. I want to just be there and nice and relaxed. So if you're going to Texas 2K, show up, hang out, say hi, go check out Hef Section Hay, go check out the vendors, check out Mexico Racing League's tent. Everyone that's going to be there, I highly urge you guys to support this Texas 2K in particular. It's more important than ever, in my opinion, to support everything that's going on with racing right now. And do it the right way. Don't go out there saying, fuck the EPA, this and this and that. That's counterproductive. We have to fight them in the courtroom. So we have to have a concerted lobbying effort behind us. And that makes sense, so that we can fight them in the courtroom, because that's where the fight's going to be won, plain and simple. Wow. Okay, so there you go. There goes my 20-minute intro. Sorry to be so long-winded. I apologize. But, I'll make it up with Bumble Swipes later. Jose Gonzalez became a member. Thank you very much. Thank you. Little known fact, Harley Davidson had to pay out big money to the EPA in 2015 due to their Screaming Eagle race tuners. Call your reps, people. Didn't know that. Turbo FWMC. Now we know. 5-0, do you think Caliber Stage 3 MTD2 Trans is worth it? Absolutely. You keep your shifter, you keep your drive shaft, just get a new clutch, and everything else falls into place instead of buying a bell housing, bell housing, new shifter, new cross member, and a new drive shaft. Steve G, give me $2. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, sir. And Hybrid ST became a Becho level member. Thank you, my man. Matt 2011 GT says, as long as we get the RPM Act passed, the tuning and aftermarket industry will be saved. It'll protect the aftermarket and give it legality for the off-road use disclaimer. Absolutely. We've been having that disclaimer on the Lund Racing site. We've been having that shit. It is for off-road use only, competition use only. It's been like that from the get-go. Tango has a huge link, and he goes, there are vocal on the other side as well. We got to educate people. Good. Okay. So there's people talking shit saying that this industry is trying to ruin our air. Do you think the racing industry affects our air quality at all? Really? Come on. Get your head out of your ass. Party El Marty says, good evening, Alex, channel support. As you're making noise and putting pressure on the big names to speak up, you gotta, and look, if you're Cletus, if you're Adam LZ, and all, they probably didn't even hear from me. They probably heard from somebody. But you gotta put the pressure on these guys. Because their channel is literally what we do at a higher level. They have tons of cars. They have tons of street cars, okay, that came from a factory with a VIN number. And if they cannot modify them, their channel is over. So they have to speak up. People like Adam LZ, It's Just a Six, and Cletus, and many other channels that I'm not even mentioning because I am not in that world. I just called out the ones that I know that had at least 1 million subscribers to say something about signing the RPM Act. Keith Ray. Hey, Keith Ray, what's up, bro? Are you going to be at Texas 2K, Keith? He says, gas money for 2K. Good luck, buddy. Thank you very much, Keith. Hey, look, you never know. That GT500 motor might end up at Wonder Racing, and I need 12-to-1 compression. I need that chop. It sounds amazing. The Goblin says, appreciate you getting me dialed in the other day, Alex. I just ordered the RTD to continue our data log process and future upgrades. As many of you know, we're done with SCT. SCT's done with us. We're done. It's over. It's over, Johnny. It's over. So, What do our loyal customers do? Did our loyal customers bitch and whine? No, because those weren't loyal customers. The loyal customers bought the device that we will be supporting, whether it's a used long engage that you find out in the wild or the HP Tuners RTD. And that's what we're going to be supporting going forward. Guys, it has its growing pains. Let us figure it out. Please be patient. Let us figure it out. Once we get everything ironed out, we promise you we're going to do our best to make the service and the process as streamlined as possible. We'll work with HP Tuners to make sure that everything is super streamlined. We'll do our best. That's all we can do. Juan Rezenda says, full support, bitch. Oh, thank you. Look, it's all about supporting you guys. Someone like me who lives in Florida, or some people live in Texas, it's going to affect us too. This is federal. This isn't just at a state level. This is federal, because let's say they succeed and our PM Act doesn't pass and they take away tuners, that no more long tube headers, no more injectors, no more cold airs, no more nothing. No more nothing. Then what? We got to go underground. We got to do all this crazy shit, or we got to do older cars. It'll take a little while to get over on the state level, because you're talking EPA people coming into Florida saying, well, you're violating federal emission standards. And then I'm going to go, what about the state level? You know, what about personal property? What about things that I want to do on my own? This wasn't illegal. I mean, where was it said? How are you giving me the fines? How are you measuring how much? Like, who comes up with the numbers? Like, that all has to be fought in the court. So we just have to have a concerted effort to make sure we get lobbying effort and money to get lawyers paid to fight for us. George Mendoza, and again, this is for all of us. I can get a 85 or 79 or 70 something car, hook it up, put a Coyote swap. I have a Coyote swap Fairmont. That could be also illegal. Who the fuck knows under their laws, because they could just make shit up out of their ass. You think my Fairmont on E85 right now spews out more or less emissions than it did in 1979 with a straight six? You tell me. What spark plugs do you recommend for a bolt-on Coyote E85 and what gap? Bolt-on Coyote, stock spark plugs. I wouldn't get fancy with spark plugs on a bolt-on Coyote. NA E85 Coyotes are fine with just stock spark plugs. A lot of people get a little fancy with the spark plugs. To this day, I haven't touched the spark plugs on the red car. Xander 13. Hey, see, again, we have to put out a truce, because all of us got to do this shit together. But Xander 13 in the house says, thanks for your voice in this. We all need to be pushing this every day, shouting from the rooftops. Respect, Xander 13. See, we got to get in here. We got to get Stang Mode in here saying, hey, man, we support you, brother. We got Mustang Lifestyles. I don't know. I think, I don't know. I might have to wait on them. Coming from Wisconsin to Texas 2K. Can't wait to see Section 8. Gavin Granger, you won't regret it. You won't regret it. It sounds great. It looks great. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it runs great. Austin Maynard says, Alex, I got a data log from a stock 2021 GT from a local dealer. Goes to Lebanon Ford Wednesday for them to try and diagnose my issue with my car. All cams going to zero randomly under cruising. Guess what car is doing that also, Austin Maynard? Mine. And it needs an oil change. So after I give it an oil change, I'll see if the cams start working again. Jorge Mendoza says, thank you for making noise. George, I'm just speaking for everybody. It's not just me. It's John started it. I just gave it a push, and I made sure that you guys hit up your favorite YouTubers, and it's you guys that made it happen. I just put out some suggestions. Slick S550 says, Alex, thank you for taking the lead on this. Look, I can't be the lead on this. Do you know why? YOLO douchebag. All I got to do is look back and go, oh, fuck, this is the leader of this shit? Now, if I have to fall on the sword and be the guy that's at Capitol Hill, go, hell no, we won't go, I'll do it. I don't care. Someone has to do it. Someone's got to have the balls and dick to get this shit done. And out there saying, and if you're out there and the EPA or any government entity comes after you and you go, well, what can we do to make it better, Mr. Government? I'm like, no! Push back. Sign the RPM Act. Get lawyers. I get it. I don't have the money. If I was loaded, I'd hire I would dig up Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran, let's go exhume his body and go, Johnny Cochran, he got OJ, who killed 2 people, out. He kept them out of jail. So if Johnny Cochran can keep OJ out of jail after killing 2 people, he can get the EPA off our back. I still got to talk a little shit. You know, I got to entertain you guys. World Door Slammer 2021, World EV Slammers 2025. Matt 2011 GT, gas money for 2K. Don't die, brother. I'm trying not to. I gotta stay alive at least for this fight. JB says Adam LZ doesn't own a single car that is untouched, and he owns like 20 cars. He did mention it on his latest video. I'm glad. And I'm really glad Vaughn Gittin, who has a connection to Ford, did that. I really, really appreciate that. He didn't have to do that because I know he's tied to Ford directly, and I hope he has the ear of a Ford executive who goes, yo, what are we going to do about this? We appreciate you, Alex. Keep pushing, and we'll keep spreading the message. Tony Kono, or Coño, thank you. McFuckface gave me $20 for no reason, and Pimpin' since 1997 says, hey, Alex, looking to make my 18 A1085 long tubes GT a quarter and half mile car with digs being the focus. Have a 315 gear in the car right now. What gear ratio would be best in your opinion? On a 10R car, I do like the 315. But the 331 is the most I go if you're going to do both. If you're going to do a quarter and half with occasional digs. A converter is going to help you get out of the hole. 331s will give you a mechanical advantage. I wouldn't go crazy with 355s or 373s if you're going to do half mile stuff. 331 at most, but I really like the 315s for sure. Root Beer says, what's the probability of having a drunk live stream with Frank at Texas 2K? Well, Root Beer, I don't drink. So that's going to be a little impossible. But if I can get a good cell signal, I'm going to go live from Texas 2K for sure. Okay, Root Beer. Christopher Barfield says, Alex, very similar to what law enforcement is going through. I'm in law enforcement. Been seriously thinking about moving to Florida. Allows me to be a cop the right way. Yes, right now a lot of you guys are hindered because of the recent actions of bad cops. Some couple bad cops out there just made it bad for good cops. And Florida got your back. When it comes to being a cop, it doesn't get much better than some of the states that really push the guys in blue. So I like Florida. Florida cops have treated me great. I've been pulled over going $130, which my court date is Tuesday. And they've treated me with nothing but respect. As long as I treat them with respect, no bullshit. I mean, can't get better than this, man. I love it here. Mr. Patterson says, Dude in Blue and Uncle Tony are speaking up. Don't know if it was the heads up from you, but I'm happy. I wish the EPA would work on water situation in Flint, Michigan. Oh, good luck to you in Texas 2K. Thank you very much, Mr. Patterson. Mr. Jimmy Jam says, channel support. We need to get people to write. 5 minutes or less can help. A $7.2 billion a year industry. I think it's 49, to be honest with you. Billion. Mr. Jimmy Jams. Javi Luna says, support. Bicho, is there a customer car you're looking forward to check out at Texas 2K? Bendizione. A customer car? Customer car. Van Vors isn't going. I think Manuel might bring a car too. Brian Luna's car. Brian Luna's Grabber Blue SI50. That car is just sexy as fuck. That car can probably break the 6R record with the right amount of sauce. And what is that guy's name? Aldo Weld's GT350, who went 8.2 or 8.0. I think he went 8.0 with a Turbo 400 or Power Glide. The quickest and fastest GT350 on the planet. I think he's one of our customers. I hope he's one of our customers. I got to talk to Junior about that. Say, hey, Junior, I'm pretty sure he's one of our customers. So, yeah, I want to check out the GT350 and Brian Luna's SI50. It's going to be some cars to watch for sure. Don't know if it was mentioned, but the Dude in Blue made a video. He voted Biden. Okay, guys. Let's really have a conversation here. No car guy should vote Democrat ever. No car guy should vote Democrat ever. What is wrong with you? Do you not know what they stand for? They don't like you and your hobby. They don't like you and your hobby. So why the fuck are you voting Democrat if you're a fucking car guy? The fuck is wrong with you? Wow. I blame that on his youth. No freaking way he voted for Biden. It blows my mind if he voted for Biden. Hurricane Logan says, DM'd you on IG, brother, only making points for us. Okay, so let's see what's going on IG because I got nothing else to do. I only have a bazillion questions, so now I got to see what's going on IG. And I see nothing. Nope, I see nothing. There is nothing on IG. Nothing. You're probably not even on my friends list. I probably said, fuck all this. Nope. Oh, Logan. Let me see. Jesus Christ, why'd you do that? What is this? Everyone is worried about the U.S. carbon footprint. You might want to worry about China. This is the pollution blowing into South Korea from there. And no, it's not fog. It's smog. And before you say it's always been like this, I was there in the early 2000s and it was nothing like this. So Logan basically showing us how China is just polluting the shit out of everything. And they get a free pass. Hell, they get support from this administration. This administration's sucking China's dick. And they're going after car guys in their backyard, putting LU-47s and 18 manifold and a PMAS intake on and putting off-road pipes to go to the track and race their car? Dude. No, let's just let China do whatever the fuck they want because they give us cheap iPhones. Fuck out of here, bro. Diego Arroyo says, you think that 2K will announce the RPM Act or anything about it? Might be a good way to get it out. Fans of racing may not have heard about it. If you're a fan of racing and you haven't heard about the RPM Act, I have no idea what's wrong with you. You either have to have your head in the sand. I don't know how else we can get more words out. If you're a fan of Cletus, he mentioned, if you're a fan of Switch Just a 6, Adam LZ, That Didn't Blue, me, and all the other Mustang guys, I hope all of them are mentioning it. And don't stop mentioning it, meaning don't make a clickbait video about it once. This is my 3rd or 4th week speaking about this. Oh, you're making money on it. No shit, because I'm getting noticed. And you don't want them to do this effort? I'm going to push back. I'm going to do everything I can with this channel to push back against that effort. Because if you guys support this channel and this channel keeps blowing up and pushing back against overreaching organizations like the EPA, it only helps the cause. Now, if you see me rolling in a Lamborghini and not talking EPA anymore, you can call me a fucking asshole all day. But the Texas 2K guys, at the beginning of the actual race, which is like Friday or Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, play the national anthem, face the flag, and after the national anthem plays, you gotta say something about what's going on in the government, overreaching, and you gotta talk about the RPM Act. Please, and you got to put it up on your website, Texas 2K guys. Got to put it up on your website. Big, giant fucking thing. Bam, click here. Anyone that visits the Texas 2K site should have a big boom right here. Link here. Click here to contact your senator to, support the RPM Act or Congressman. They should. My 2011 GT is probably putting out less pollutants with my Lund 85 setup. Even catch cans help eliminating oil from the combustion chamber is a positive by keeping those fumes out of the exhaust and keeping the engine healthy longer. No. You can't go to your backyard and work on your own car because Orange Man bad. Fucking people, bro. People make me sick, man. Party El Marty says, if I make 2K, can I get a picture with Elka? YDBT? I'll bring my Dixon shirt and I'll do whatever the fuck you want. As long as I'm not running around racing and maintaining the car. If you come up to me and I'm changing oil, changing spark plugs, and you're asking for a picture, I might tell you to go fuck off. So do it if I'm chilling. Hey, Alex is chilling. Let me go, yo, you got to get a picture. Get that Dixon shirt on. And I'll be like, yo, I'm there I want you guys to come through. I want you guys to come through, meet John Lund Sr., meet John Lund Jr., meet Dakota. They're all coming down. Hopefully the guys from Mexico Racing League are going to be around. Hopefully we can all park together. That's going to be great. Coil Higher says, hey man, got a spontaneous positive knock 2011 GT at Watt. Also ticking noise under load. Lund said bad gas. I use 93 Chevron, no free flowing exhaust, X pipe. Cole, I would put octane booster in it because 93 is 93 everywhere. Even though truck drivers say, oh, I drive truck and I deliver to all these gas stations and all gas is the same. No, it's not, because why the hell does Chevron knock and then the Shell next to it doesn't? I don't know, but I drive truck. Good luck in Texas 2K. I won't be able to attend this year. Eric Rowe, we're going to miss you there, brother. SoCal Bronco says, ever thought of getting a Fox 5.0 for the channel and tuning it yourself? Like an old, oh my God, like quarter horse shit? Probably not. I'd probably stick a carb in it and do it that way. I'd stick a carb and tune that but fucking with old quarter horse shit or an Anderson PMS, that'd be funny as shit. Chase says, you won't do a drunk live stream. Here, have a full sugar Coke and strong coffee. You'll be off the dial. You give me a full sugar Coke, I'd probably embarrass myself. It's a bad time. John Cena says, hey, Alex, Teachworks 95 good for 751 on a Paxton with 4 innovation fuel system. John Cena, yes, and D85. You got to get 85 in that sucker. Casey, 526, what's up? She goes, for Tuesday, for your court fees or bail. They're not going to put me in jail. And I'm just going to go up there and say the truth and hopefully let the cards fall where they may. Hopefully they give me some leniency because this is my first ticket. What's a good boost controller? Not overkill. Manual 13 around 650. Boost leash. Boost leash is fine. And as long as you learn it, know how to set the gain, know how to set the, what's the other, duty cycle, and overboost. Make sure you set your overboost properly because I just had a customer with a single on 3 on an F-150. He must have plumbed the wastegates wrong or something. And I said, hey, add 2 pounds of boost. It hit like 25 PSI and blew up. And he goes, okay, it blew up. And I know I probably fucked up on the boost controller. But man, it was hauling ass. Oh, it was great. Water Buffalo became a member. Booty level. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. 3Valve Eric says, oops, my VIN just fell off while driving to the store. Ain't that some shit? Venomous 50 says, looking to build a Fox. What would you do? A 351 or Coyote? NA or nitrous? Dig quarter mile? What's your setup of choice? Look, I'm a Coyote nut hugger at this point. But if you can do a high compression, big inch, like a 400 plus cubic inch Windsor, that's a nice little setup. Again, high compression, 11, 12, 13 to 1, living on the 85, chopping like a motherfucker. I would do a high compression, big inch Windsor or a Coyote. Coyote, give me $1. Thank you very much. See, I mentioned you even if you give me $1. Matt 2011 GT says, the MC at 2K should make a shout out for all the RPM Act and pass out pamphlets with info to every entrant. Now, I don't know if they've already printed up all their shit, but I'm sure they have. They can't put a sticker on it that says RPM Act. Something to bring awareness to the RPM Act. That's such a huge venue. So many YouTubers are going to be there. 1320, Big Clebe. All the Mustang channels are going to be there. Look, this is going to get tons of eyes. So if you're out there supporting the RPM Act, Texas 2K, the organizers, you're going to get so much play from all the channels. Support from your favorite LS guy. All brands need to get together on this Spark Z1 420. Again, listen to Reaper's video on Facebook. Go to Facebook, go to Reaper. I think it's Reaper SS or something like that. And go there and listen to his rant on the EPA stuff. It's wonderful. Full support. Everyone needs to reach out to the senators, even if they're liberals. Carter's Gaming says, hey, Alex, is your white car faster than a stock Hellcat? Yes. Raced 2 this weekend with a fucked up clutch. I mopped up. It was a Charger, though, so it's a little bigger. But I beat him easily. And then a modded one, long tube. I don't know if it had the 85 or not, but it had all the Weld RTSs in the back, and it sounded mean as fuck. Got me by about a car and a half with a slipping clutch. And I'm on pump gas with Torco. E85 fuel system and a good clutch. Dude ain't got no shot. Dude does not have a fucking shot. And that's what's next. I'm going to find him at the next roll racing event. And I'm going to go, you and me. We're going to dance. We're going to do that again. I think I have video of that race because I have a dash cam. And if I have video of that race, I'll show you. I have the side-by-side of the red Hellcat Charger that I beat pretty easily. And he was cool. He gave me the thumbs up. No problem. The white Hellcat, he did the hazard shit after he got me by a car and a half. And I'm like, oh, I remember the car. I remember the license plate. I'm like, I'm going to find you at the Roll Racing Nationals because that's where you were. And I'm going to ask to race you. And we'll see how it goes. With the white car, I'm not even going to embarrass you with the Fairmont. No. Or I'm not going to embarrass you with the Fairmont or Section 8. The Daily. The Daily's going to gap that shit. But yes, Carter's Gaming, the white car is faster than a Hellcat. Absolutely. All my guns that were in my race car were in a boating accident officer. Interesting how that works. King Yodi S550 says, sup, Alex, can you explain the relationship between a larger OD tire gearing, i.e. 28-inch tire on an MT82 with 273s? Thanks. What do you mean? Can you explain the relationship between a larger OD tire gearing? So, okay, let's say you have a 331 with a 26-inch tire. Well, it's going to feel zippier because you're basically rotating the tires quicker, right? The idea anyway, not the inside diameter, not the outside diameter, both, because it's a smaller diameter tire. And it's going to give you a false gear ratio feel because it's going to feel zippier. You're going to go through, the gears are not going to last as long. You're going to run through the gears quicker. And then you stuff a 28 on it and it's going to take it's more rotating. It's 2 more inches in circumference. So it's going to just take longer to rotate that tire. So to offset that, some people put a 373 back there, if you had a 331, to make it feel like it did with a 331 with a 26. I don't know what else you mean in terms of in relation. Basically, a taller tire feels like you have a numerically smaller gear ratio. A shorter tire feels like you have a numerically higher gear ratio number. So a shorter tire feels, let's say, like a 373, and a taller tire, let's say, feels like a 331. That's the best way I could put it in layman's terms without getting into the math and the absolute, like, some people like right now smashing their computer. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Then make your own shit and explain it, genius. These are scary times. I actually dug through the attic and I found my PMS just in case. My Anderson PMS. Redfish Ray says, TX2K support. Y'all be safe. See y'all there. We'll see you there. Make sure to come by and say hi, man. Eric Rowe became a bitcho level member. Thank you. And Youngster says, who you got next fight, Canelo or Billy Joe Saunders? So Billy Joe Saunders is, well, he's 30-0 with 14 KOs. He's 40% in the KO, but the problem is Canelo is like, I mean, look, if you watch Canelo against Mayweather, it's kind of embarrassing how good Mayweather was versus Canelo in terms of boxing. Now, I don't know what's happened in the last 2 or 3 years, but the guy has become an absolute wrecking machine. He's knocking out light heavyweights, right? Canelo's knocking out light heavyweights. And, you know, the guy has 57 fights and 36 by KO. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? And he has 54 wins. I think one was a draw or 2 were draws or whatever. So, I mean, the guy has a ridiculous power advantage. So I'd give it to Canelo because not only has he become a better boxer, but his power has carried through the weight ranges like Pacquiao did. Pacquiao was fighting at like 115 and he was knocking dudes out at 150, 152, 154. Ricky Hatton, he knocked out when he was 147, I think. Knocked him out cold. Like it wasn't even close. Then Barrera knocked him out cold. It was a great time to be alive in terms of boxing. My CJ85 A10 is faster than a stock Hellcat. Michael Merck, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And Cuban Coyote gave me $10. Cuban, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thank you very much. All right, get to the peasant chat. A problem is the people only into 50s and 60s classic do not care for the new stuff. They won't bother with the RPMX because they won't be affected. No, but eventually they're going to want a zippy modern vehicle. Every baby boomer I know that has a 50s, 60s muscle car, 70s muscle car, they also have a daily driver. And then eventually they go, you know what? I want one of them cold induction intakes. Well, so you need a tune with one of them. I do? All right. And then looks up tuning. Oh, tuning's gone. What? Hey, honey, did you hear tuning's gone? What? Did you hear tuning's gone? Boom, it's done? Oh. They'll care eventually. I do this show so that I can hear back at it and listen to myself and laugh. That's why I do this show. Alex, how do we get influential companies like Summit Racing, Jegs, Roush Racing, TFL, 1320 involved with supporting the RPM Act? They are not responding. You flood them. The problem is those companies were probably already hit. I guarantee Summit got a visit. I guarantee Jegs got a visit. Supposedly Cobb got a visit. Okay. So they're out there going after everybody. And for the people that are saying, oh, Alex, this has been going on since 2015. Not this hardcore. Not this hardcore. Not even close. And now my antenna is up. Where were you in 2015 if you knew so much? Where the fuck were you in 2015 if you knew so much? What, did you blurb on it on your fucking, on some shit ass page that's private that 5 people belong to? And then that was like, oh, I mentioned something back then. You didn't have some fucking cojones, no tiene la bola, no tiene la fucking bola, and you put your business up against that shit? Oh no, I gotta feed my family. Oh, okay, so you're looking out for yourself. I got you. I shared the Reaper vid on the LR support page. I've been submitting the RPM Act every day. PA is a dud. All they care is about the scamdemic. Good luck at Texas 2K. McLovin, you're in the wrong state. I love you. Alex, good luck and have much fun at Texas 2K. I hope you know how much we all appreciate your voice in this, and I hope we all continue to do what we can. Thanks, Alex. Michael Charlton, thank you very much. I am here to, look, this might all be for nothing, but I'm not going to go out without a fight. If I'm losing, I'm going to take an ear. I'm going to kick you in the balls. I might take a tooth off. If I get my ass beat, at least I took chunks with me. And you'll remember, damn, I beat him out. I beat him up, but it cost me something. So even if this is all for nothing, I want to make such a dent in anyone's credibility that the moment they overreach again, they get their asses reamed out. So I'm doing everything I can, when I can, how I can, to get the word out, to help pass the RPM Act and stop this ridiculous government overreach. Look, the gun guys have been fighting this for a very long time. They have a lobbying effort. They have a bunch of stuff going on, and they still meet roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. So we're going to be up against it. We're going to be up against it for sure, but I'm willing to take on the fight. Alex, can I put my stock mid-pipe? Wait, what do you say here? Need help, Alex says. S. Santana, 19 GT stock clutch said bye-bye yesterday. Recommendations on aftermarket clutch for stock MT82D4 RST. RST. The RXT scares me more and more. I hear about horror stories destroying gears. Every single time Ben Callender says, man, don't use that clutch. I'm like, shit. So what should I do? He goes, whatever you do, don't use that clutch. I'm like, God damn it. Okay. So I'm looking for an alternative myself for an MT82 that's a little soft, but can still grip with 800 or so real horsepower. That's going to be a fun task. If I find something decent, I'll share it with you guys. Michael Nunn says, Alice, can I put my stock mid-pipe back in the car to quiet it down to get a noise ticket signed off without revisions? Sure. I don't see why not. As long as you have all the O2 sensors in, you should be okay. So yeah, put everything back in, keep it nice and quiet, and get off that ticket, and then you should be good to go. I can't imagine why not. If you don't have any lights on now, put on your pipe and go. Have you and Frank set up an after-hours meet? He's been talking about setting something up. Frank has, for the Coyote Swap group. If he needs me to go and bring Section 8 with me and just on the trailer, because I'm not taking off the trailer, and just hang out with the boys and just do a meet, like a Wolfies or something, I'd be down. He's been talking about it. He's been organizing it. He's been on his stuff, though. I've been on my stuff. I've been concentrating on the GT500. The moment the track closes, I can do whatever I want. So a lot of people are going to want to do dinners and stuff. I honestly just want to go back to the hotel room and shut the fuck up. But if someone wants to set up a meet, we'll go. Alex, can I put my stock? Oh, we got that. Have you, Frank? Okay. I've been talking about in one of the Facebook pages. People aren't taking it serious. They're idiots. Then you know when they're going to talk about it? When they ask for a tune and all your favorite tuning companies are gone. They're going to go, wait, what happened? That's bullshit. We were talking about it for a very long time. Dude, hit up Fletcher Cox from the Eagles. He's a big time dragger, sir. I don't know him, but hey, junior, senior, hit up Fletcher Cox. See what he can do. I don't know what he can do. Just ordered some merch from you. Can't wait to rep the YDBT shirt. Best tuner out here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, I'm going to try to get you better merch. If you guys want to hit up Vinyl Freaks and Company, Vinyl Freaks and Company has really good quality stuff. So I would prefer to use them, but all I have up on my site is the Teespring stuff. And that's, the quality's okay. But Vinyl Freaks and Company, if you go on my description on my channel, the link to Vinyl Freaks and Company is all there to my sponsors and people that I support. SoCal Bronco says, look up 363 Mustang Idol on YouTube by Vibrant. Sickest sounding 1401 small block port I've ever heard. Something like that would be sick for the channel. Ian Martha says, good luck in Texas, buddy. Go get some fools and don't get in a squabble. I won't get in any squabble. I can't imagine getting in a squabble down there. Who the fuck's got beef with me down there? Dude, hit up Fletcher. Got that. Patrick says, ML and PBD must think they're immune from the EPA. LOL. Just remember, if Lund goes, everyone goes. Everyone goes. Just signed a petition, says Craig C. Hey, Alex, ever notice the effects on the upstream sniffers when using an octane enhancer? No. I know that the spark plugs start to get orange, so that's probably not a good... That's probably, have to switch out the spark plugs more often. But no, I haven't had any issues with the upstreams at all. But if you're using them so much that it's causing the upstreams to become brown, same as the spark plugs, yeah, you might go through O2 sooner. Derek Barron just posted a video about an hour ago. Good. Derek Barron Productions. Yeah, me and him just figured out his cold air intake shield was causing a stalling issue. And I gave him 13 revisions. I'm like, dude, take off your cold air shield. He goes, holy shit, it doesn't stall anymore. I'm like, ta-da. Killer Coyote became a Puti level member. Thank you very much, sir. Public service announcement. If you see Alex's 2K, don't ask him to do YOLO and don't say he's stocky. Rest in peace, Marvelous. Oh, Marvelous. Marvin Hagler. The man who should have retired undefeated. The man who beat Sugar Ray Leonard. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard. And the man responsible for the best fight I've ever seen in my life. Hagler, Hearns. The most ridiculous, 2 rounds? 3 rounds? The most ridiculous 2 or 3 rounds in boxing history. These two dudes were at the top of their game. Legit fighters. Both, I think, were undefeated. And they said, fuck boxing. We're fighting. And people put their houses on the line for that fight. And Hagler, he got hurt in the first round, got cut from nasty Hearns' right hand. But then he just came through and made that lollipop head looking dude just fall right down. It was such a wonderful fight. I wasn't alive when it happened, or maybe I was very young, but when I saw it as a young man, I was like, I've never seen a fight like that. Let's just fight. Let's just fucking fight. 2 undefeated middleweights, let's fucking fight. Or welterweights. Let's just fight. Wow. Unbelievable. Rest in peace. Marvelous Marvin Hagler from Brockton, Massachusetts. Is Mantic a dub now? Always wanted one. Is Mantic a dub now? What's a dub? Hey, Alex, I already got that. Alex, Marvelous Marvin Hagler died the other day. We lost a great boxing champ. Pat the one, you're 100% right. Lethal Performance LPX clutch is Kevlar made by McLeod. Okay, so check out the McLeod LPX clutch, which is really probably like an MPX, just with an L in front of it. Can you add a flex fuel sensor on any car? You can, just to monitor, but it's not going to change the timing or perform any better on Mustangs because the Mustangs don't have any flex fuel logic. Chevys do. Some Chevys. Alex, take a look at this clutch. I already got Eric Rowe. Yes, that's the one that a homeboy recommends, but I don't have any experience with it. It's a McLeod LPX or McLeod. Just get it from McLeod. Unless they're doing a private label situation for that company, have at it. But I don't know anything about that clutch. I want to share with the wrench and your duck face, Mr. Fuckface. James became a Puti level member. Thank you, James. I appreciate you, sir. Do they make the rest? Do they make the RST for the 18 plus? What do you think about the leather performance LPX? I don't know shit about that clutch. I don't have it, and I don't plan on getting it. Is Lund still tuning cars with long tubes and all that? We're still tuning cars, but it's up to you to maintain all your emissions equipment active. And if you start removing shit, we cannot shut off any lights. And I've been saying that for a very long time. If you remove your evap, we ain't shutting off the lights. If you remove the cats, we're not going to turn off any cat protection or the 420, 430 lights that come on. You might get lights if you start removing shit. Will the car run well? Sure. Just going to have a check engine light for all the shit that's missing. Do they make the... I already got that. Kyle SVT says, thanks for standing up, true American. We need more true, bold Americans like you. No, apparently I'm Johnny-come-lately. Apparently some tuners out there think I'm Johnny-come-lately. Meanwhile, they've been quiet collaborators, and I think they're mad that we're getting traction on this. I think what's going on with this industry, right, is that some douchebag, some literal douchebag from Springfield, Massachusetts, that was a fake tuner named YOLO Douchebag somehow became a tuner, somehow became legitimate, somehow became the face and a legitimate driving force in going against the EPA and trying to have the RPM Act passed. When people that are smart and really know what the fuck they're doing, quote unquote, have been doing it for years and have gotten no traction. It's real simple. You ain't got chops. You don't deliver the message properly. You don't speak to the layman. You speak above motherfuckers. You got to speak the people's language. I'm the people's champ. Do you know what I'm saying? Do they make the RST? Already got that. When I see Alex at 2K, I'm going to ask him if he tunes at 3 valve, says Raul Rodriguez. Looking for a 6RD swap, my 2011 GT500. Any recommendations were to buy the trans and have it installed around North Carolina? Carolina Speedworks and I think Signature Speed. in North Carolina, and they can buy everything from Power by the Hour and just have them install it, and we tune it as long as they put it in right. Alicia Hernandez says 10mm socket picks on deck. Who is Alicia Hernandez? Does she want to squabble? 10mm socket picks on deck. I don't know what that means. Does she mean like 14mm wrench in the thing? But Alicia, thank you for being one of the few female members here. You and KC526 are the only two that I know of. Emmanuel Hernandez says, I was running a Helican, I beat him 3 times, then raced other cars the same night, back-to-back races. When I got to 4th to run the same roll 55 and I lost, possible my car was heat soaked. Oh yeah, if you went back-to-back-to-back, your ship probably pulled all the timing on the planet. How come Lund does not support the SET device after tomorrow? No, it's done. It's done. Friday was the last day. Ask SCT that question. Santana, ask SCT that question. And I'd love to know their answer. If they say some shit like, oh, you violated the stuff that we... Oh, really? So everyone else that has SCT and tunes with SCT is kosher? Oh, okay. All right. We'll see what they say. The People's Channel says, Arthur, can I use an N-Gauge for just a monitor, or would it need to be unlocked for my VIN? Any N-Gauge on the planet can monitor any Ford Coyote vehicle. Plug it in, data log, and it'll monitor whatever the hell you want. Hell, it even monitored some of the stuff in my Genesis and a Jeep Cherokee. It actually picked up some of the signals. Ian Martha says, why does everyone make such a big deal about back pressure on any bolt-on cars? Because they don't know what back pressure means. They're stupid. They go, oh, you need a little pushback for torque. You need a little pushback. Meanwhile, NA open header cars are raping people. Clouded Coyote says, Lund has already dropped SCT. Absolutely. Ray Carl Mayorga says, I'm not surprised that Mustang Lifestyle hasn't made a video. He reminds me of a Private Pile from Full Metal Jacket. Private Pile or Oppum from, remember Oppum from Saving Private Ryan? As that German was slowly putting the knife into, what's the Jewish guy's name? Right? Remember that scene where the German guy was slowly pushing the knife into the guy's chest and Oppum was around the corner like, Well, that's the EPA saying, fuck race cars, fuck race cars, fuck race cars, fuck making race cars out of VIN vehicles, fuck the racing industry, fuck tuning, and everyone that hasn't said anything is Oppum going, oh, what am I gonna do? Stop being an Oppum. Public service announcement, N-Gauge is out of business and SCT is no longer supported by Lund. Buy an RTD and stop crying with your vagina. Exactly. If you don't want to buy an RTD, hey man, happy travels, happy trails to you. Have a good one. And if you decide you want Lund Racing tuning again, you know what to do. We love you though. We'll always take you back. Have you done any new videos with the red car since the new tires? I have not, McLovin. I have been just busy doing this stuff, working, getting the blue car ready for Texas 2K. I done some racing and some dig stuff, and then I went to the track Saturday, to try to help Jeremiah Camp, and they closed down because a GTR fucking, crashed and took everything out, and the track wasn't able to clean up the mess, which made me go, why do I even go to this track? So I'm going to try to get videos done. But look, I got a court case to fuck with. I had to get the car ready for Texas 2K, and we were swamped busy with work. So I couldn't just stop what I'm doing and just go out and make videos with the red car. It's very difficult to do it when you have a full-time job and trying to get a car ready for Texas 2K. Chad M, he said he was like, shh, 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 shh. Here you go, Lund. Shh. Motherfuckers out there. Say something. He said Stang Mode made a post about it. That's good. And will one get an IMRC code if they have a PD blower on now? I mean, yeah. I mean, if you put a PD blower on now, you should have gotten a tune that has those codes off anyway. Unless you have a PD blower with a stock throttle body, and then sometimes people forget to shut off the IMRCs. Oppum did get him at the end, though. Yeah, at the end, when the war was pretty much over. That's not how you do shit. That scene sucks, said Rich 50. Yeah. I always thought ML looked like, I'm not here to make fun of Mustang lifestyles. We're now at the point of trying to work together for a common goal. So if you guys want to make fun of Mustang lifestyles, you can. I'm not trying to do that on this channel. I'm trying to have people be engaged and support the RPM Act. And saying F the EPA is not going to help. Saying F the EPA is not going to help this. Supporting the RPM Act is. Will eMotion potentially come back if they get what we want? Jason Cook, it's over. Jason Cook. It's over. There is no more eMotion engages.
It's over, Johnny.
It's over.
It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Oh, yeah, you can. Turned it right off. SK Performance Chef says, here's some lunch money for tomorrow, King. Thank you, SK Performance Chef. Not Donald Trump says, if I become a member of an unsubscribe, then unsubscribe from a member, will it say I became a peasant? If I become a member, then unsubscribe from a member, will it say I became a peasant? No, it won't say anything. It won't say anything. Just logged on this surprise stream. Darian Houston, if you're a fan, I announced it this morning on the community tab on my channel. So it shouldn't be a surprise. I'm getting a tune and RTD Wednesday. Excited. Jason Cook, ask eMotion. Section hate. Oh my God. Make your videos shorter, Alex. Roflex, unsubscribe and don't watch the videos, Roflex. If you don't like the length of the videos, you can unsubscribe and go watch any other channel. What are you guys comfortable tuning power-wise on built non-sleeve Predator motor? Over 1,000. Everything that we've done made over 1,000 pretty easily. Ray Call Marioga, when will Lund start tuning flathead Fords? Yellow, any ETA and HP figuring out when they're going to apply whatever fix they need to? No, nothing. We haven't heard anything back yet. Hopefully this week we hear something because there's some bugs that have to be figured out. Hit me up and I'll sell you my Engage people, says WM Sean King. So he has an Engage for sale. Hit him up. Also, when are HPT going to get hit? I don't know. I hope never. Alex, Cobra Jet with twin turbos, yes or no? No. Just get a single throttle body, 18 manifold, Boss manifold, or something made out of metal if you're going to be over 30 PSI. It's just stupid unless you want it to look cool. I mean, it's okay, but I would prefer just a stock throttle body setup to make everyone's life easier. Yours specifically. Elijah Freeman, so what's the difference between a carb and fuel injection regarding the EPA? Carb, like from California Air Research Board or whatever it's called, and fuel, oh no, carburetor and fuel injection? I think they're now concentrating on tuning devices, you know, like a device that interfaces with your car and it has the ability to supposedly bypass emissions components, which can be done with like OBD2 scanners. So they're going to go after OBD2 scanners that reset codes, and not that you can shut things off, but you can reset codes. And if you know what you're doing, there's ways of making things not turn on, if you know what I'm saying. So they're going after that. So does that mean I could stick a carburetor in it? Does that mean I could just concentrate on carbureted vehicles and not worry about it? Can I coyote swap a Fox body with a Ford Racing control pack, which is legal and not a defeat device, and has the O2s shut off in the control pack tune? In the control pack tune, the rear O2s are shut off straight from Ford. So if that's okay, time to coyote swap everything. Do you recommend doing billet oil pump gears and crank sprocket even before going to boost? Nope. No need to, in my opinion. 13 manual Cobra Jet car without long tubes cam charger only took me by a car. Oh, without long tubes or cam. A charger only took me by a car 35 to 110. Hellcat or regular charger? Shannon Dugan, how do you go from talking about something you're so passionate about to answering the same cold air intake question you answer every week? Keep up the good fight. Hey, I'm very good at multitasking. Future Lund remote carb tuning. Alex, Cobra Jet with Helium twin turbos, yes or no? I said no. Make your life easier. Alex Perkins, facts, blue shit only. What's happening? Does Lund offer a base file tune for the Vortec V3 fitting the 11 to 14 GT? Yeah, we tune all the combos, Hawaii 5-0. Does Lund ever get requests for 89 octane tubes? We tell people to get the best gas available in your area. If your area has shitty gas, I'll just send you a tune with a lot less timing. How many employees are involved with Lund tuning? Well, it's more than 10. right around there. I mean, and then not just that, the dealer network, everyone that uses Lund Racing's tunes, they're all fucked if we go away. They're all fucked if we go away. They gotta then they'll get a taste of what the other people do, and I'm like, well, that's on you, bro. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no revisions, run like shit. It's all good. Hey, that's sorry. If we go, they'll eventually go too. RPG building my $45,000 Gen 3 E85 35-pound boost and John Jr. tuning. Can't wait. Killer Coyote. Yo, when HPT are going to get hit and how will they remain around? What? Roflex, what the fuck is your problem? Like, are you fucking retarded? Like, you're asking like some of the most retarded leading questions I've ever seen. Almost as if you're like some closet cuck that's just trying to get me to slip up. I understand what you're trying to do. And if you don't realize what you're trying to do and you're actually this fucking stupid, God help you. And don't reproduce, man. Don't reproduce. Holy shit, bro. What is wrong with you with them stupid fucking questions? Are you that fucking stupid? Roflex? Fuck. And if you paid, I'll give you your fucking money back too. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Aaron's 12 GT500 and it's gone. Holy shit, the chat exploded. Use my Engage to monitor my 12 GT stock Shelby 2 with no problems if it picks up quite a bit of signals to monitor. Fucking wish I knew this. Says Nika Simashiv. Hellcat. Michael Nunn says he beat a Hellcat. Hit that 818 1320 gravity dance. Car Big Block Chevelle for the win because we are we're a glutton for weekly maintenance. I think he meant glutton, not gluten. Gluten. You spelled gluten like gluten free. Glutton is Glutton, if I'm not mistaken. Snow Barrel says, Alex, I know you do a lot of coyotes, but what's your thoughts on the forged boosted 3 valves? I think they're gay as shit. Waste of time. No, they're fine. I just don't care. Coyotes are just so great that to go back to 3 valve stuff to try to make that work, and you can, I'm sure. I just have zero interest when coyotes are just so awesome and robust. I don't care about going backwards that much. I'd rather do a big inch Windsor than a 3 valve. The last 3 5.0 Mustangs I have had were free flowing exhaust. And look at Dean. So Dean is another fucking retard. So Dean's a retard. Dean, you're a retard. Dean, you're a retard. We don't turn off lights. If some don't come on, then that's on you. But we don't turn off lights. Can't wait to coyote swap my 14 GT with a harness. I got a Ford Racing control pack. That's an interesting one. Can you make it interface with the body control module? I don't think so. Everyone write your representative about the RPM Act and rewrite them after and when the response. Keep emailing them. Someone says Tony Bolton is back. Yeah, it's probably Tony Bolton because he got all pissed off. His vagina really started throbbing after the last one. Opinions on Bolton E85 Terminators. I don't care. Okay, what's my opinion? I don't care. I don't care about a Terminator. I don't care about anything pre-11 at this point in terms of my job. In terms of life, they're okay. I don't care for them like at all. I'd rather just stick with Coyote stuff or small block Ford stuff and skip that whole in-between era. Tony Blonde's back. How do you feel about people saying you're becoming what you said you wouldn't become? Luna's visuals. Give me an example. Go ahead. Luna's. Give me an example, because you obviously got an issue with it. So Lunas, give me an example. Give me a fucking example of what I said I wouldn't become. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Why does the 85 Luntune make CL turn on EVAP, make car idle funny on cold start for about 5 to 10 minutes? Well, you probably have EVAP deleted. Did you ever think about that, George Sanchez? Just put the whole bus on Gap and brand new TRX with my Paxson 13GT. Lunch sauce is killing it. The 2 valve is better than the 3 valve. That's about everything you need to know about the 3 valve. Interesting. I just spent $12K on a 3 valve long block. Question. Guess you can call me stupid. Yeah, Jared Wells, yeah, absolutely. Real fucking stupid. $12,000 on a 3 valve long block? Boy, why the fuck did you do that? Legit, I got EPA bots. Everyone here that is asking leading questions are all EPA bots. Alex, you turned off some lights for me. No, I didn't. Avoid gluten, says Ultimate 89. Any ETA on HPT fix? Orby, I already said that 15 times. Please pay attention to the chat. Where the hell's American muscle with supporting RPM Act? Wheels, tires, suspension market is already cornered. AM doesn't support the RPM Act. We won't buy from them, says Pat the One. Jesus Christ, relax. Hit them up. Hit them up. Email them. Go on their YouTube page. Say, why aren't you supporting the RPM Act? That's the way to do it. Bitcho, what about dealerships that use OBD devices to check codes and diagnosis problems on customer vehicles? Oscar Diaz. So is the Ford IDS tool a defeat device? You can shut things on. You can turn things on. You can shut things off. You can move the cams. You can disable VCT. Is the Ford IDS tool that is used to diagnose issues a defeat device? EPA? What intake for the 16 GT? Stock or 18 or 350? Use tape to turn off the light, says Jose Vergara. Bro Chris says, does the RTD need a laptop tune or is it plug in and play out the box? Just like an XCT, it needs a laptop. Andy L says, Alex, I have a 350 manifold, JLT cold air, 56-pound injectors, and a Roush catback, and our headers a must. I want decent power over stock, but I want a Lund tune with my Gen 2 S550. Thanks, Alex. No, I don't think it's a must, but it's going to get you the best out of that combo. If you're breathing air in, you got to get it out. So it'd be beneficial to get long tubes in that setup. Thanks for answering my question. Is there a way to track being heat soaked via N-Gauge? Engine coolant temp and your inlet air temps. If your engine coolant temp is high as fuck, or your intake air temp is high as fuck, guess what? The car's hot and it won't see the proper timing. The Goblin says, damn, Alex, you got some haters in this bitch tonight. Look, I'm used to it because in person, they're puppy dogs. They don't step up. They talk all this shit and they never step up in person. They never, ever, ever step up in person. Here we go. Let me go all the way down. Okay. Right. Rudy Anguano says, it's just a joke. I don't know what's a joke. Just bought my first Mustang back, a 2000 GT, and I forgot how slow the 2-valve is. My Fiesta is faster than this. Could you imagine getting a V8 2000 2-valve and you're like, this thing gets beat. It's a 14.2 car. Orby Alex just says, my bad, I just jumped in here. I'll catch you later after it's over. Yes, sir. Anytime. Basically, what you're asking is about the RTD. Look, we're working with HP tuners every day, emailing every day, getting with their tech department every day to fix any bugs the RTD has. Did Rudy say something stupid? Let me scroll up. Can you tune my car with no cats? At an idiot. Just a joke, guys. Would you recommend doing flex fuel on a 16 Mustang with only exhaust? Sure. I don't see why not. It'll actually run better. Dean's lights are on, but nobody's home. Laughing my ass off. I work for Ford and deal with IDS every day. There's an as-built data with delete files for other countries. Interesting. KC526 better get on the plane and rush down there. Alex is going to need pressure relief ASAP. Nah, she's got a Mexican dude that's taking care of her. She's good to go. Mark Hutchins says, I'm trying to get to DDE to make an EPA video with their 3 million subs. Mark Hutchins, as the more subscribers know, the more people write Congress, the more people write their congressperson, the better it is for everybody. Absolutely. That's a great thing to do. So are you guys in the chat just getting rid of engages? In the movie Rain Man, Tom Cruise is still waiting on his Lambos to pass EPA inspection. This stuff has been going on forever. Interesting. But then what? So we should just chill the fuck out? So we should, it's been going on forever? Okay. So you know what, guys? Fuck it. Don't write anybody. And they said, where are all these asshats coming from? God damn. Hey, Alex, just bought an RPG sleeve block coming at that ass. My ass? Okay, come on. Alex, I'm looking for tuners for my Marauder. Want to switch tuners? Last one blew my motor after 2 days. Would Lund have something for me? We do not. Hell, if tuning totally goes away, we might have to start tuning 2 valves. No, we're not. We're not tuning 2 valves. I'd rather quit. Fuck it. Matt tunes Yes American Dollar. Probably the baddest setup you can build. Okay. The 3-letter organization are right hand of the government. They're coming after everything that makes country free right now. Planned much? Says Superstar VFR. I didn't think 3 valves were too bad. Mine was NA and running low 11s. Yeah, probably weighs 3,200 pounds. Alex, 2.7 F-150s have been popping up with 250,000 miles on them with original turbos, motors, and 6R80s. 6R80s? You mean 10R80s. Are they unicorns or 2.7s F-150s legit long-term reliable? 2.7s are long-term legit reliable. They're a good little engine. I like the little V6 for sure. Serious question, says Right Karma Yoga. If the shit does hit the fan, will Lund go back to tuning 4.6 valves? What do you mean Lund? What do you mean shit hits the fan? If shit hits the fan, We're done. We're done tuning. Poof. Gone. What the fuck is up with this douche canoes today? I guess Biden voters are offended. Probably. Emmanuel Martinez says, thanks for answering my question. Is there a way to bat? I already got that. Snoopy Doopy. I have a Ford enormous block quad crew twin crank with a 400 shot. Do you think you could shoot me a Lontoon? Thirds, 5 slow, says, do you recommend a boosted pump or return style fuel system for a daily driven Ford GT with a Paxton on 91 looking for 650? Also, is a ported boss worth it? A ported boss is worth it boosted, sure. But if you're going to be on 91, you don't need a return style fuel system, but it wouldn't hurt either. Like, you're not going to get more power out of it because it's return style. It's the quality of the fuel, which is 91 octane. That's going to be your biggest limiter or limitation. Alex, what do you think of the future of the Coyote is? I think the future of the Coyote is twin throttle body, twin cold air, cylinder, displacement on demand. So twin throttle body, twin cold air, displacement on demand to meet certain fuel economy standards, and the most locked up computer on the planet. I'm Riza, I'm coming back, says, hey Alex, if I don't have a certain equipment on my car, and I don't have a light, I just bought a tune from a company, are they going to turn my light back on? If you don't have a light, you have a unicorn, because we have all the monitors on. If you buy a more recent tune and you do other mods and a light comes back on, we will not turn off any lights for you, period. People need to wake up, and we are Americans and are only free if we act. At Boosted Stang, they work for us. I'd be NA guy forever. Fuck my life. It's Tony Full Bolt-On with multiple YouTube accounts. Probably. He is that kind of guy that just sits there and just fucking stews over shit. Only a matter of time before certain organizations tell me how to set up my suspension. Hey, Alex, I posted info on the RPM Act on my local car community page. I will say that it blows my mind to hear the stupidity of some of the people that think it won't affect them and that they are not concerned. I love people's argument when they say, I'm in Texas, it's not going to affect me. I'm in Florida, it's not going to affect me. My state doesn't have emissions. The EPA is federal, and they don't have to come after you specifically. They go after the aftermarket companies and shut them down. It's just a trickle-down effect, and you can't get any support, any parts, any tuning. Your hobby is over. In all honesty, how many EPA bots do you think are in this live stream right now? Ray Call My Yoga, probably 4 or 5. I've been told that they monitor my chat a lot. And it's funny because it's literally called talking shit. Like, this show is called Talking Shit. So I'd love for them to be like, well, you said on your live stream, oh, the live stream that's called Talking Shit, where I make macaroni and cheese sounds when someone's fucking people and make, references about sucking dick and vagina jokes and all this stuff. That show, that's where you're going to get your evidence. I told the GTO G8 Trans Am page is legit. Nobody believed the EPA deal. They thought I was making it up. Appreciate and understood, says I'm Riza. I'm coming back. Finally, I catch you live and can't wait for the next dating channel video. It won't be, well, it might be. Look, I'm going to see what kind of time I have at Texas 2K. I'm going to be an hour behind normal, right? Because right now it's 8:23 in Texas. So I'll be trying to play that game, but I'll keep you posted. If I have a good cell signal and I can just be in my car and talk shit with you guys, I'll do my best to bring you content, but I can't promise that I will. George Melesio, that's the wrong thing to say. You just have to sign and call your senator and write your congressperson and make them sign or help sign the RPM Act or put it into law. Saying fuck the EPA is not going to help us. Environmental Protection Agency needs to chill. Dante, same. A lot of it's the younger kids that are more interested in just slamming their car and scraping holes in their oil pans. Hey, Alex, I ordered a McLeod RXT instead of the RST for my stock Gen 3 because I drive my car hard every day. Did I make the right choice? According to Ben Calamer, the RXT is very aggressive for the gears, and it might blow the gears up. So it's making me, I have an RXT waiting, but I'm going, man, should I just get something else? I'd love to get a Mantic on the thing. PMAS versus stock airbags, 2019 Mustang GT A10. It depends, right? If you're in a hot weather environment like here in Florida and it's 90 outside, that PMAS is going to run higher IATs than the stock airbox for sure. If you're in a colder environment or, depending on the outside temperature, it's under 70 degrees, I think it's better to have the PMAS. And don't ask why. God damn it. I think that sentence made sense. Oh my God, guys, these dudes have to be EPA spies. I want to squabble. Let's go, bitches. Irish Southie gonna come in too high power. Pato, what would you do if tuning went away? OnlyFans? No, I'm just gonna probably concentrate on the channel, do the shit until I can't. And then if I needed to have like a regular job, I'm pretty qualified in many things, and I can make it up as I go along. I'm not afraid to get back into it. Not a problem. I have been in and out of tuning since I got into tuning. Right? I got in it, got out of it, got back in it, and if I'm out of it again, I think I've built enough of a following where the plan B can pay the bills. And then we'll see if we can expand on it, because I'll have all day to make videos. So you don't think I'll bring you a video a day? Burnouts, dumb shit, go to the track every day, travel to get content. I'll do whatever I can to make ends meet. And if that's not working, I'll get a regular job. Not a problem. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of starting from the bottom. That's not a problem. Alex, how much you paying for gas in New York? We're paying $325 for regular and $375 for 93. About the same here. E85 is like $219, which is kind of high. Got a brand new boost lease for sale. 500 ships, says Marshall Ang. I also have a complete return soft fuel system. Gung Ho 50 on IG. Thanks, Alex. GT Frank says, Bone stock 16 PP1. Do I need a tune after FFE install? Yeah, but no lights are going to be shut off. No lights are going to be shut off by us, brother. Love you. Livernoise posted a video about how they won't be affected because their calibrations have CARBO numbers. They missed the boat on this one. Let me look at something real quick. Let me see if it's still there. Do a little research. So their tunes have CARBO numbers, right? Where do they have parts? Media, engine, tuning services, vehicle services, dyno instruction, cars for sale, shop. Okay, let's see. Exhaust. Is there exhaust? Exhaust. Okay. Okay. Da 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 dee 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 dee. Ba da da do do do. So Livernoise said that they have CARBO numbers for all their tunes. That's fine. That's cool. I mean, good for them. Oh, yeah, it's gone. Is it gone? Yeah. So not too long ago, there was, if I'm not mistaken, a competition exhaust for a Jeep Cherokee up there, and it did not have emissions equipment. Now it's gone. Interesting how that works out. Very interesting how that works out. But hey, if they have CARBO tunes for everything, all good. But man, it was funny to see that video come out and then go to their website and see that they had a Jeep free-flowing exhaust. And I went, interesting. But now it's gone off their site. They're smart. So, okay, good. Now they can say whatever they want. It's funny. Oh, it's so funny. I hope we got a screenshot of that part number. That was hilarious. Yep, Australia's automotive manufacturing industry has gone to shit. What do they have left? I had an RTM 18 manual, no issues. Michael Merck. Thank you so much for Alex spreading the word on this. You're doing God's work. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to get it out there, but there's going to be haters regardless because they don't want me. Imagine in an alternate universe, RPM Act passes and they thank Lund and the main drivers, and I just happen to be lumped in there. And people see me up there as like one of the guys that was helping. You know how mad they're going to be? That fucking guy did something for the industry. They get all pissy about it. But I'm trying. What are you doing? Crying. Everyone else is just crying about it instead of doing something about it. Hey, bitcho, we'll see you at Texas2K with our Dell laptop, you know? Oh, no, you're going to have a fucking Holly. Oh, here we go. Crash for Clunkers was a huge red flag, 100%. Tony Bolton, the type of dude who walk around with cum stains on his shorts. Wow, Jesus Christ, relax. He's not here. He's not here to defend himself. Leave him alone. Have you had a chance to test them Hoosiers on the red car? Yes. 3,200 RPMs on concrete. Just hooks. I am convinced that IRS cars love a bias ply on the street. I'll get you video, guys. God damn it. I'll get you video. I'm going to try. Guys, you know how difficult? I have a full-time fucking job. I work all fucking day. And then you think I want to just go out there and make videos all night and not have a life? Oof. And then the street that I do the digs on, Mexico, is full of traffic, this and that. I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to make videos all day. If I had no job, I could make videos all fucking day. Is Royal Purple good oil for 2018 Coyote engines? I don't know. I just use Motorcraft, either the 550 or the 530 semi-synthetic, or the synthetic blend 530, or for supercharged applications 550 full synthetic. The N-Gage is the new AR-15 lower receiver. Get them before they all disappear. The Danimal says, just like the people who wanted our country to fail because Trump was president, there are people that wanted the country to go to shit just because Orange Man was in power. There are people that don't want the RPM Act passed because I'm involved, or others in the industry that they don't like are involved. So stupid. So stupid. Speaking of Aussies, opinion on the GTO Holden Monero. Don't care. The GTO Holden, like all those guys, I don't care for those cars, to be honest with you. I think it looks like a big, what do you call it? A Cavalier, like a big Chevy Cavalier. And I don't like, it just looks like a big Chevy Cavalier to me. I don't like them at all. You can't put a big tire back there, I heard. I just don't care about them. To be honest with you, nothing excites me about any Australian car. Love you. Nothing excites me about those cars. EPA stopping production of Hellcats, or EPA stopping production of Hellcats, 5.0 scats, etc.? I don't know. I don't think so. Jonathan Pena says, do you think now is a good time to buy certain parts in case manufacturers start making them? Yeah. Yeah. If N-Gage is out of business, why couldn't their software be shared open source and used on a laptop? Because that would be their intellectual property. And once a company goes out of business, so does the intellectual property. Would you try 409 gears in the red car? Hell no. No way. I just get more power. Just more power, baby. More power, baby. Okay. I like them, but they're heavy. I use Royal Perps, and it doesn't burn a drop between changes. Oh, bullshit. Then you're not racing your car enough. Every car goes through oil. Every single car goes through oil. Just set my order for E85 and can't wait to hear from you, Alex. Brad S197. Nice. Elijah Freeman, deployment for 9 months. Look, guys, if you're getting tuned by me next week, get ready to be delayed as fuck. Because Tuesday, I'm gone. So don't expect to be like, oh, Alex is tuning me. Tuesday, I'm gone. And I'm racing all week. Are the engine dynos going to be fined too from the EPA? Good question, Sprayed Coyote. Are they going to go into an engine dyno facility and go, hey, you guys have defeat devices here? Sprayed Coyote says, our engine, I already got that. Deployment for 9 months. Hope I can get my cartoon when I get back. We'll see, says Elijah Freeman. Oh, man. The Monero was cool in 2003. Get your fuel system while you can, guys. That's next. Can still buy FFE from Canada for now. Interesting. I didn't know that. Can it be imported without like many issues? Alejandro, best first mod for a 10-speed. I'm staying NA full bolt on eventually. A Tune and E85 for a Gen 3. A Tune and E85 or flex fuel is going to make the biggest difference right off the bat. Then everything else will be incremental. Long tubes, free flow and exhaust for competition use only, and maybe a cold air intake to get the air in, air out. What YouTube channels do you watch? I watch. Here we go. It's almost the end of the show. What YouTube channels do I watch? So, check it out. My subscriptions. Oh, shit. The fuck? It says competitors. Subscriptions. Show 86. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Da-da-da. Let's go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here we go. It's on the left here. Am I subscribed to him? I am subscribed. No, he's verified. Am I subscribed to him? I don't think so. That's just a recommendation. So, Trap Nation, that dating channel, the best channel ever. Fox News, Lead to the Evi. That guy does reviews of British drill stuff. Ben Shapiro, GRM Daily, Power by the Hour. This kid reacts to American drill music. He's a British kid. Life by the Bow, which is a guy who gives you the lifestyle of a fisherman in the Keys. Chiropractic medicine, kind of a holistic doctor that does backcracking stuff. Valley Racing, the best guys ever. Mega projects are very good. He basically it's a British accent guy that talks about everything. Chernobyl, cruise ships, disasters, Hoover Dam, like just mega projects. Laid Back, another guy who does rap reviews. Wham Bam Tesla Cam. Wham Bam Tesla Cam is stories about accidents or things that happen that are caught top by the Tesla cameras. Most Teslas have 3 or 4 cameras. They're outfitted in the front and 2 on the sides. And, you know, they have like sentry mode where they kind of flash the lights if anyone gets too close and it turns on the cameras. And that's basically stories about that. International Fur, a New York rapper that reviews drill British rap, Lund Racing. Obviously, I am subscribed to Cletus, Drag Times, 1320, SpaceX, Revan Evan, Steeda, Demonology, Real Teal, Advanced Chiropractic and Medicine, T Street Controversy, American Muscle, believe it or not, Law Twins, Mexico Racing League, Bama, Irate, The Callouts, Driven Lifestyle. I don't even know who the fuck that is. A bunch of people here. Mark Rashid, Rick Havoc, Dennis, and this is like regular people. Mike Lady, KC526. So basically a bunch of chiropractic adjustment channels and rap review channels. That's what I watch on YouTube, sir. There we go. Holly will be affected also if the RPM Act doesn't go. Yeah. Holly, AEM, all those guys. All those guys. It's on the list. There's a list. Expect a knock. Tyler says, I ordered long tube headers from Texas Speed 2 months ago, and I'm never going to see them now after this whole EPA situation. Potentially. Can I get a hoo-ha? Hoo-yeah? Hoo-yeah, okay. Daniel Paredes. Backcracking, a.k.a. Booty. Yes. Chiropractic adjustment videos are just a way of me seeing some great asses. John Cena says, should I go OPT and Sprocket for 750 Paxton Gen 2? And what would it run in the quarter mile MT82? 750 horsepower. It should be like a 1020 car, 1030 car. MT82, boy, you got to launch. If you could cut a 1.5 or a high 1.4, it should be a 10.2, 10.1, maybe 990 car. What should I do next for a Mustang GT with only exhaust? A tune or a cold air intake. I mean, or, you know, free-flowing exhaust for competition use only. Also, if EPA forces software and hardware to be released to them, does this mean our current tunes from you guys won't work? What? What? Sprayed Coyote, what? If the EPA forces software and hardware to be released to them, does this mean our current tunes from you guys won't work? Do you think they can fucking hit a button and affect your current tune? Is that what you're saying? Please don't tell me that's what you're saying. Did you see a chiropractor regularly? No, I don't. I should, though. My back hurts, it says that. Do you think they'll start impounding our cars and crushing them? At this point, if they deem it to be illegal, anything is possible. Follow Donut Operator. Donut Operator. Now show us your Pornhub search history. Ha ha ha. It's going to be like Latina, booty, reverse cowgirl, riding. You know, that's what I like. How much of a difference is there between stock cats and more of a high-flowing cat? That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. That'd be a good test. I saw Cletus finally say something about the RPM Act, says Victor Cruz. Best mod is remove helper spring. Yes. I'm just waiting for the EPA to say that our assholes need emissions equipment to make our shits and farts more environmentally friendly. Yeah, EPA is going to disable our cars wirelessly. Holy shit. I'm Riza. Yes, in Aurora. Okay, these guys are talking. Stupid. Like that guy's like, hey, yo, I got tuned by YOLO. And now that the EPA got everyone's files, are they going to turn on my files?
Stupid.
So I'm going to be driving my car one day and the EPA is going to shut off my shit?
Stupid.
Maybe. Jasper Devlin says, Alex, if I started my tunes with Lund and SET, and now I have a HPT, do I have to start all over? No. We're going to have to rebuild the file with new software, and then we can compare, you know, because we won't have access to one software anymore, but we'll be able to make a very similar file, if not the exact same file. It's just going to, you know, take us, but you won't have to start from scratch. No, you won't have to start from scratch. What do you think is going to happen in the near future, Alex? I think the RPM Act is going to pass. I think not under this Congress. It's going to take 2 years for the RPM Act to pass, and we got to get rid of these fucking pieces of shit Democrat in Congress right now. We got to get them out of there. We got to primary the hell out of them. If you live in a state where there's a runoff or an election with a representative, they got to fucking go. You got to flip the House, flip the House, flip the Senate, or at least bring power back to the Republicans in the Senate. And they both got to be able to pass something that they can sneak the RPM Act into, because that's how it works. That's the question of the week. That is the question of the week. Hey, if I don't know if Casey or somebody can highlight, that is the question of the week. Can the EPA shut off my tunes that are in my car right now? That's unbelievable. Can you send us a link to the high power Valley Racing video you talked about? Yes, sir. Valley Racing. Jeep versus Mustang. Valley Racing, Jeep versus Mustang, right here. And it is around the 37 minutes mark. No, he's chopping it up right there. He's chopping it up. Let's see. So right here. About 30 minutes, that's where shit goes down. My boy, I forget. Oh, that's not home.
Hey, Mikey, where's the keys at?
They're in there.
All right, move it. Put it on the trailer.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Hey, Rafa.
I see.
I'm not. Let's drop it right now. Hey, let's drop it right now and just prove to me that it's broken. That's it.
I'm not.
You're not 100.
Here we go. It's June. It's June.
No.
Right here. 30 minutes and 21 seconds.
Hey, check this out, fool. You coming a little too high. Hold on, my nigga. Hold on. You coming, bro. Too high.
And then the best line ever.
What the fuck? What's up, nigga? You want to squabble?
Hey, I love it. How he goes in there. He goes, what the fuck, man? You want to squabble?
What the fuck? What's up, nigga? You want to squabble?
All right, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thank you, everyone that tuned in on this surprise live. Had about 800 guys that watched today. Again, I'm not going to be on Tuesday. I'm going to be traveling to Texas 2K. If you do go to Texas 2K, find me. We'll hang out. We'll do everything I can. If you see me running around like a man with his head cut off, chicken with head cut off, please leave me alone. I'm probably stressing out over the car, but if I'm there chilling, hanging out, we'll chill out, hang out. If there's no racing happening, come on up. We'll talk. We'll talk about the EPA stuff. We'll talk about tuning. We'll talk about whatever the fuck you want. I will be there all week at Texas 2K, a place that's really close to my heart. Even though I didn't stay there long term, I made really good friends, really good connections in Houston, Texas. So I love going back every year and reconnecting with the people that made this channel. People in Texas made me. People in Texas supported me. People in Texas are the biggest state that supports the most shit I do. So I try to go back there every year to pay homage to the great state of Texas and the best race on the planet, Texas 2K. I am out of here. Thank you very much for everyone that tuned in today. One more question. LFGT says, for insurance against bad gas on a 93 tune, 07 GT500 making over 600 wheel, would you use octane booster like Boostain or mix some race gas like Sunoco 260T? Yes to both. Right now, I'm on pump gas for my 3.3 pulley Paxton car. I throw octane booster just in case. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Let's get rid of these guys in Congress that are voting in some bullshit laws. Let's pass the RPM Act. Thank you for Reaper, Boosted GT, Adam LZ, It's Just a Six, Cletus, everyone that spoke out, Stang Mode, Xander, everyone that spoke up and finally put a little bit of pressure on the EPA, in my opinion, and they're going to get noticed. Their congressmen are going to be like, what the fuck is all this RPM Act stuff? You keep pushing, and then we got to sustain a lobby effort to have lawyers on our side fighting our fight. See you guys at Texas 2K. Have a good one. See you later.